This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
And the time now is 4:27 here on your Wednesday morning. We want to thank you for starting your day with us early here on RTV6. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. We continue to track Hurricane Dorian this morning as it's just sitting off the coast of Florida. Many people there awaiting it to make landfall, and we are getting our first looks at the devastation in the Bahamas.
Yeah, now that the storm has moved out of that area finally after just stalling and sitting over it for more than 24 hours, we're seeing that devastation. We know the death toll's up to 7 at this time, and obviously they're still going around trying to find any survivors. So we're going to keep you updated on the damage from the Bahamas, what people in Florida are doing, the recovery efforts, and more on the track of this storm. And so we want to bring in Alyssa Donovan right now. Talk about Dorian not impacting us here in central Indiana, but what are we looking at there today?
That's right. So it's just about 100 miles off the coast of Florida right now, and that's moving towards North and South Carolina. Those are going to be impacted later in the week. So that's the area that is concerned right now with the impacts of what's going to happen with this hurricane. So they are going to see those impacts shortly here as we head through the week. You can see that on our radar. Now, the good news is here at home, things are very quiet. We have a cold front that's moving through the area this morning. What that's going to do is dry us out a little bit. We're also going to see some calmer conditions throughout the day. So you can see we just have a few clouds lingering this morning. You're going to notice that it's a little bit humid as you step outside this morning. The temperatures are in the 70s, and they're actually not going to change that much as we head into the afternoon. We're going to stay in the 70s. Just as that cold front moves past, we'll see that humidity lower. We're going to stay below average today with our highs, and we're going to see a lot of sunshine. So it's going to be a beautiful day here in central Indiana, and we're going to continue to see those nice conditions as we head towards the weekend.
Love that.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Well, this is a story that may have you thinking. So you maybe go to the gym and drop your child off at the gym daycare while you're maybe upstairs or in the other room working out. Well, we're learning some kind of disturbing information to a lot of parents about gym daycares.
Yeah, and this is coming from a woman who worked in a gym daycare locally. She says at one point she was responsible for 17 children, and she was there by herself. She was also concerned about the amount of broken toys and the conditions that the space was in. So she's raising the alarm, and our Kara Kenny is looking into these loopholes that are impacting these gym daycares.
Yeah, something you'll just want to be responsible for yourself. You're in charge of your own kids, so these are decisions you have to make. So we want to make sure that you're informed about what the rules are for those. Now, another story we have for today is in our Hiring Hoosiers. Our Aaron Lish is taking a look at the benefits to digital learning, virtual schools that are helping kids get a jump start on their careers. We'll have more from a young woman she spoke with about how she's using the online classes to get ahead and finish her coursework as well. We'll have that plus news, weather, and traffic coming up.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Coming up on Good Morning Indiana, after battering the Bahamas for more than 24 hours, Hurricane Dorian is making its way to the United States. We have the latest on that deadly storm's path.
And one person is still missing after a boat capsized in the White River, killing 4. What we know as the search continues.
Plus, childcare at the gym is convenient, but is it safe? Call 6 investigates concerns about one condition at an Indianapolis location. We'll have all the details on that coming up. But first, here at 4:30, we do want to welcome you into Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. It is September 4th, and we are going to feel September-like weather today.
That's right. I think it's going to be a welcome change as we head through the day. We're starting out humid this morning, so it's not going to get comfortable until later today. So just be aware you are going to feel that mugginess as you step outside. Right now, it's 72 in Indianapolis, 69 in Crawfordsville, 76 in Muncie. So we do have a few warm spots on our map this morning, and a lot of those temperatures not going to change that much. What's going on right now is we have a cold front passing through. That's bringing us just a little bit of cloud coverage this morning. As that cold front passes through, not going to bring us any precipitation. We're going to stay dry today, but it is going to bring us some cooler and drier weather. That's going to stick with us for much of the rest of the work week. So we are going to see those temperatures drop off a little bit as we head through the day, but what you're really going to notice is that humidity dropping off. So we'll see that lower as we head into the afternoon. Today, we're starting starting in the upper 60s this morning and low 70s, a little bit humid this morning, and then we'll see mostly sunny skies, a much more comfortable afternoon with those highs in the 70s.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. We're keeping a close eye on traffic as you're heading out the door this morning. I want you to take a look up here to our northeast. We have a live look at I-69 and 82nd Street. Just a heads up, we do have some lanes blocked until 6:30 this morning for construction in this area in the northbound lanes of I-69 near the I-465 ramps. So just a heads up if you travel on the northeast side of town or here in Castleton. Let's take another live look right now from our INDOT traffic camera at I-465 at the Sam Jones Expressway on the west side of town. Traffic here is moving along up to speed this morning. No crashes around the metro area to slow you down.
At least 7 people are dead and an island is in total devastation after Hurricane Dorian moved through the Bahamas. Now states in the southeast U.S. are bracing for powerful winds and flooding as the Category 2 storm closes in.
Yeah, it is now dangerously close to Florida and it's already causing some damage there. ABC's Serena Marshall is in New Smyrna Beach with the very latest.
Hurricane Dorian turning its fury on Florida, already knocking out power to thousands.
Right now you can see it just in front of this light here, how bad the conditions are getting.
Hammering the East Coast with wind gusts nearing 60 miles per hour. In the Bahamas, we're getting our first look at the scope of the disaster and utter destruction Dorian caused. After stalling, spinning over these islands for more than 48 hours.
Well, going through it was terrifying. We're happy to be alive, glad that my family is safe.
Homes left splintered, water engulfing the island. See, this is what Grand Bahama Island looked like before, then after Dorian. Much of the island now underwater. The Coast Guard helping out, leading search and rescue efforts. The death toll now at 7 and expected to climb. And more than 60,000 people will be in need of food and clean water. Stateside, up and down the coast, evacuation orders remain.
This is a very serious storm, and a western shift, that is towards land, of just a few miles could bring enormous damage.
The threat of storm surge in low-lying Charleston, South Carolina, had hospital workers racing to move as many patients as they can to higher ground. While in Savannah, Georgia, families trying to follow officials' orders, waiting in bus lines to get out.
Well, I don't have a vehicle and I don't have the finance to go out of town.
Not everyone is following those evacuation orders, however. Some locals and tourists alike choosing to ride out the storm. But officials warn if you choose to do that, be aware first responders might not be able to get to you. Serena Marshall, ABC News, New Smyrna Beach, Florida.
And back here at home, the time right now is 4:34, and the search for a missing boater in the White River in Morgan County will resume at 8 o'clock this morning. The man identified as 32-year-old Antonio Sanchez Maldonado from Indianapolis went into the water on Monday night when the boat capsized along with 6 other family members. 4 others died, including a 6-year-old child. The Department of Natural Resources says it is important to remember that Indiana's lakes, rivers, and streams can be deceiving. What appears to be slow-moving water can have strong currents underneath.
Police have arrested the dump truck driver accused of causing an 11-car pileup in Avon that killed 2 people and hurt at least 3 others. The crash happened on US 36 near County Road 625 East around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The pileup involved a dump truck, a school bus, and 9 other vehicles. The Avon Community School Corporation says no students were on the bus and the driver was not hurt. The dump truck driver was arrested on 2 counts of reckless homicide.
At 4:35, one person is seriously injured and a business heavily damaged after a car crashed into a restaurant on the west side of Indianapolis. According to the Indianapolis Fire Department, the wreck happened after a driver led police on a chase. IFD crews were called to Harcey's Restaurant on Georgetown Road near 34th Street around 5:40 yesterday afternoon. They say officers took a passenger into the car into custody. The driver ran away from the scene. We're working to learn more details about the man that was injured.
At 4:36, some gyms offer a major perk for parents, childcare. But is it safe? One woman is sharing concerns with RTV6. Katie Lyman says she worked in the kids club at the LA Fitness on Southport Road. She says at one point she watched 17 children all by herself and snapped pictures of broken toys, hair, and what she called dirty conditions. Katie says she took her concerns to gym management several times, but says not much has changed.
I knew right off the bat something was just a little off. Within the first couple of days, I had kids just running around crazy, being violent. There weren't any specific rules. We had food and drink, mix-ups with cups and binkies.
Katie says she was fired after 2.5 weeks on the job. Call 6 Investigates left a business card at the LA Fitness Southport Road location and called and emailed the company's media relations office. Now, parents should know that the Indiana Family and Social Services Administration says child cares are exempt if they care for children for less than 4 hours per day and not in consecutive days. That means gym daycares are not inspected by the state, and they do not have to follow health and safety regulations like child-to-staff ratios, CPR, and safe sleep training.
At 4:37, the first ILORN test scores will be released to the public today, and lawmakers say they're going to be low. The Indiana switched exams from ISTEP to ILEARN last year. With the change came growing pains, and Governor Eric Holcomb has already called for schools to not be negatively impacted. He says he does not want teacher evaluations or school letter grades to be affected by the transition.
Indiana State Police have taken over the investigation into the disappearance of a 10-year-old girl from Gas City. Skylee Carmack has been missing since Saturday afternoon. She's 5 feet tall, weighs around 100 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Police say she was last seen wearing a black shirt with the characters Mario and Luigi on it, as well as wearing black pants. If you have any information, please call police at 765-674-2278.
2 major retailers are changing their gun policies after the mass shooting in El Paso, Texas. Coming up, the new restrictions at Walmart and Kroger.
And as forecasters continue to track Hurricane Dorian, one group is literally inside the storm gathering data. How they were using drones to get information after the break. Alyssa.
And here at home, we are starting a dry streak of weather that's going to stick with us into the weekend. I'll tell you when our next chance of showers and storms is coming up next.
First ingredient, Mother Nature's orders.
It is 4:41 on your Wednesday, and here's a live look at traffic on the west side. I-465 and I-74. Everything here is moving along up to speed. No crashes to report around the metro area at this early hour.
Walmart and Kroger are making big changes to their gun policies following the mass shooting in El Paso, Texas. Walmart announced yesterday that it will stop selling handgun ammunition and is asking customers not to open carry weapons. Concealed carry will be allowed for gun owners with permits. The announcement comes after a shooting at an El Paso Walmart last month where 22 people were shot and killed. Kroger made a similar declaration saying customers may not carry guns in their stores. Both companies say they will also push lawmakers to make changes to gun laws.
At 4:42, billions of dollars from military funding will be used to build part of the barrier along the U.S.-Mexico border. Secretary of Defense Mark Esper approved the use of $3.6 billion in a letter to Congress. He says the projects along the border are necessary to support the armed forces. The Department of Defense says 127 military construction projects will now have to be put on hold. Construction on the southern border wall is expected to begin in about 135 days.
Forecasters and emergency officials are closely watching Hurricane Dorian again today. Just a slight strengthening of the storm or change in its path could mean stronger winds and a higher storm surge along the east coast. The deadly storm caused major flooding and devastation in the Bahamas. From Florida all the way up to the Carolinas, more than 1 million coastal residents are still under evacuation orders.
Global disaster relief groups are preparing to help in Dorian's aftermath. That includes organizations like Team Rubicon. The group was started by military vets and now has more than 100,000 members. Together, they travel to disaster areas to help with everything from road clearing to medical relief. They currently have teams working in the Bahamas and staged in Florida and North Carolina. Other groups assisting with relief include Heart to Heart International, AmeriCares, the International Medical Corps, and the Red Cross. All of these organizations use donations to fund their efforts. If you're interested in helping, make sure to do so and do some research on the nonprofits before you contribute.
Scientists with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association are flying straight into Hurricane Dorian. They're using a variety of tools to help get information to us on the ground. ground. The hurricane hunters, as they're called, start by flying into the eye of the storm in a turboprop plane. During the flight, they drop about 30 drones that read temperature, wind speed, and pressure. Other devices on board can measure rain rate. That helps experts anticipate storm surge and flooding, which is usually the major cause of death in hurricanes. At 4:44 here at home, it is an entirely different story. Alyssa, we have a beautiful day ahead.
That's right. We are going to see that humidity drop off. We're going to see some calm conditions throughout the day. And this is really the start of a dry streak of weather that's going to stick with us as we head into the weekend. We do have a storm chances returning as we head into late Sunday. Most likely those will happen overnight, and just a spot chance of those showers and storms. Really, for the most part, we are in for a streak of some great weather over the next several days. You can see on our Weather Now cam that we are starting to see a little bit of fog develop out there. We could see some patchy fog around the area this morning. That humidity is still high as you step outside. You're going to notice that mugginess. 72 degrees right now, and those winds are light out of the west, about 8 miles per hour. Throughout the day, what's going on is we have this cold front passing through right now this morning. That's bringing us that line of just a few clouds moving through this morning. So you'll notice some cloudy conditions to start out, maybe some of that patchy fog. But as that passes through, that's going to bring us some cooler and drier air. So we are going to see those temperatures drop off a little bit this morning. So as I said, most of us starting in the 70s right now, but over the next few hours, we'll drop off. A lot of areas will be into the mid 60s by about 7:30 a.m., 8 a.m. when you're starting to walk out the door. So areas to the north, that's a little cool for you. So you might want to grab a light jacket as you step outside. And then as we head through the day, only climbing into the mid 70s by the noon hour. So we are going to be a little bit below average, but you can see mostly sunny skies, just a little bit of cloud coverage for our northern counties today. And then we'll see a little bit more cloud coverage as we head into the afternoon and evening. Temperatures only climbing into the mid 70s for most of us. We might hit the low 80s to the south, but we are a little bit below average for the most part. As that cold front passed through, we are going to see some cooler temperatures tomorrow morning. We're starting in the 50s, expected to be right around 51 in Peru and Lafayette, 53 in Terre Haute, 55 in Indianapolis. So that's about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than how we're starting today. So take note of that. You're definitely going to want a light jacket for your tomorrow morning. Looking ahead to the weekend, it is going to stay very nice today, tomorrow, and Friday. Saturday is going to be beautiful as well. Partly sunny skies, temperatures in the upper 70s. Sunday will be very nice throughout the day, and then we'll see that humidity build back in and a chance of showers and thunderstorms overnight into Monday morning rather. Looking ahead to today, we are starting with those areas of some patchy fog this morning. Temperatures in the 60s. We are going to drop off a little bit this morning, and then we are going to climb back into just the mid 70s today. A warm and sunny day, but we are seeing those drier conditions, so it's not going to be as humid as we head into the afternoon. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, Thursday 76 for the high, much cooler with those temperatures starting in the 50s for your Thursday morning, and then Friday we're climbing a little bit into the upper 70s. That's where we'll stay for much of the weekend. Those chances of storms back in the forecast for late Sunday night, and then we're staying warm as we head into the work week.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. We're keeping a close eye on traffic as you're heading out the door to start your Wednesday. And here's a live look in Castleton, I-69 and 82nd Street to our northeast. Traffic here looks to be moving along up to speed. A heads up, though, we do have some scheduled road work in the northbound lanes near this area, near the I-465 ramps up to 82nd Street, scheduled till about 6:30 this morning. So a heads up there, but looks like everything is still moving, so that is good news. Let's take a look right now at our Traffic Now map at your drive times. Taking a look over here on the northwest side, heading southbound from I-865 down to I-70. If you're taking I-65 this morning, you shouldn't have too many problems. It's an 18-minute commute, but I want to take a live look in that area because we do have some scheduled road work here in the right lanes. This is near Lafayette Road. You can see traffic is down to that left lane there, but it's still moving along about up to speed. We'll keep a close eye on this and let you know when the construction is wrapped up for the morning.
Facebook is considering hiding one of its biggest features. The social media network is considering running a test to hide the amount of likes on your posts. Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, is already testing the change. So far, the company says the response has been more positive than negative. Josh Oakes with SmartSocial.com says the reason social media is considering going this way is pretty simple.
to realizing it's not sustainable for people to care about the quantitative value of what they're putting out there, but rather to get them online connecting with those that they love and the relationships that they have that are close.
Instagram started hiding likes in Canada and will expand the test to 6 more countries. So far, it has not changed in the U.S.
Hoosier Volleyball has a new home court this season. Just after the break, we'll take a look at the new athletic complex down at Indiana University.
And a car hit 5 people walking across the street in Boone County. New at 5, how a Good Samaritan stopped the hit-and-run suspect. But first,
I'm Benny Politan. Coming up today on Court TV, brand new trial, opening statements in Ohio versus Skylar Richardson. Prosecutors accuse Skylar Richardson of hiding her pregnancy. She was a high school senior, hiding that pregnancy from her parents, giving birth to her child inside their home, and taking the life of that child and burying her in the backyard. The defense says the child was stillborn. We're live in Ohio today on Court TV.
Benny, thanks. Don't forget you can watch all the new Court TV live on your mobile device by visiting CourtTV.com. The time right now is 4:50 on your Wednesday. We'll be right back.
This is working for you.
Welcome back. It's 4:54, and we're monitoring this construction for you on the northwest side. This is the southbound lanes of I-65 near Lafayette Road. The construction workers are in the right lanes here. Traffic down to one left lane, but since it's so early, it's still quiet out there this morning and everything can move along up to speed. We'll keep a close eye on this spot and let you know if there are any delays for your commute. Well, IU Bloomington's campus has several iconic buildings. One of the newest facilities there is bringing some new energy to the IU volleyball team.
Our TV6's Brad Brown recently got a tour and takes us inside.
Fitzner to Lofton, tips it over, and there it is, the first win of the 2019 season.
It didn't take long to feel like a proper home court. Situated just steps from Assembly Hall and Memorial Stadium, Wilkinson Hall is the latest addition to IU's long-term athletic investment.
That speaks volumes, I think, about the commitment of the athletic department and the school to the sport and the culture we're trying to build and the program we're trying to build.
For the IU volleyball team, it is a place to call their own.
Having a new building, people funding for it, all the people that have put in work to make this building, now we're playing for something. I think it's just us being grateful. We have that with us.
And with a building upgrade comes all the amenities of a new facility.
All right, now we're going into the locker room.
Say hi. Welcome to our crib.
So this is where we basically get ready for our games. Yep. Our lockers have all of our shoes, socks, practice shirts. These floors, they're Terraflex, which is a blessing for volleyball players because it's good for your knees, shins, and joints, muscles.
The Big Ten is considered the best conference in the country for women's volleyball. The new gym becomes a key tool in allowing the Hoosiers to keep pace.
If you're a volleyball player in the state of Indiana and you're a young kid, that's got sniffing this out and trying to take a look at it, when you come to a match, you'll know that it matters, and it's pretty as good as it gets in the country as a place to play.
And the players are looking forward to seeing the place packed.
I'm definitely most excited for the fans. I think we're going to have an awesome student section. I think they're going to be super loud, and it's going to be great.
Here's Lofton, and Lofton, 25.
The Hoosiers are home this weekend with a pair of matches each on Friday and Sunday. Good luck.
Well, Ben & Jerry's is launching a new ice cream flavor to support justice for everyone. Justice Remixed features cinnamon and chocolate ice cream with chunks of cinnamon rolled dough and spicy fudge brownies. The company says ice cream is a way to support the end of systematic racism and criminal justice reform. Parts of the proceeds from this flavor will go to support civil rights organization, the Advancement Project National Office.
Spicy fudge brownies.
That's a lot going
what
on.
That tastes like.
I don't know.
That's a lot of flavor.
A lot of flavor.
All right. Thankfully, not a lot of flavor in our forecast.
It's pretty bland, which is what we like to hear.
Yeah,
we are going to see some calmer conditions today, and that humidity is going to drop off. So that's the good news. Temperatures today climbing into the upper 70s across the area. Sunny skies. Tomorrow morning going to be kind of cool to start out in the 50s. So just be aware of that. You're going to want a light jacket. Staying in the 70s as we head into the weekend. Chances of showers and storms again late Sunday night.